Hi, Peter Charles here of Hooked Fly Fishing. And if you've seen my last two videos on this subject, you know we've talked about the fishing problem, trying to get that lasering lift going to imitate those mayflies that are going up and down. And we looked at the leader construction to do it. Now let's talk about flies. And when I looked at underwater footage that's out on YouTube under Mayfly Life Cycle, if you look at those, you will see that the mayfly body is actually quite flexible. You're getting a lot of this up and down motion. And I've thought about this a lot, about how do you duplicate that, and you get into all sorts of silly creations. And I don't think they all work all that well. But I thought to myself, you know, if we're going to do this, maybe we should rethink some of our nymphs. Now, I've got a couple of nymphs here. I've actually got three. And you can see they're relatively long marabou bodies. Well, I should call them tails, really, long tails. Short body, flashback nymph, shiny head. That's what we want. Flashback is important because of the gas in the body. But what I'm doing with these marabou tails is really not imitating the tail of the insect. I'm imitating the body of the insect. And so it does have some ability to move. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to do a perfect imitation of that undulating mayfly body, but it will help. It will move a little bit in current. It'll kick around a bit. And when you strip it, it might flutter a little bit, and that would be great. If you strip it and you get a flutter going, you're in like Flynn, okay? Great. So I'm picking that as opposed to something like this hare's ear, which is stiff. It's not going to move at all. It's going to look kind of lifeless going up. You could try both, and when we get out in the water, we probably will try both. But I would suggest that we look at something that has a short shank hook, short body, where all you're tying on the hook is the thorax, and the rest of it is marabou. And that's going to be the experiment. So we're going to be experimenting with the fly, and we're going to be experimenting with the method. And we'll demonstrate the fly a little bit more, and hopefully you'll get a chance to see what it looks like when it's in the water. I don't know if I can maybe get some good underwater footage of it or not, but we'll try. But the whole idea here is the mayfly body that goes like this. There's no real practical way to imitate that with a solid body. You have to use something very flexible. And if you look at the way marabou tip material looks in the water, you'll see that it tends to stay together. It doesn't spread out too much. So that will help give you that flopping motion that we're looking for. So that's what I'm going to go with, something that looks like this. And you could tie it on a sedge hook too, or a scud hook as some people call them, with a curve, because that's something else. You'll see these bodies tend to be curved. So we're going to do that. I'll put some flies together, and if we're happy with the results, I will do a tying video and showing tying them. But there we go. That's what I'm looking for. I've got my leader now set up, which is made out of the remnants of a dry fly leader with some fluorocarbon added to the end and a little float in the middle where the joint is. So we're going to take the flashback style nymphs, we're going to take our leader, and we're going to try fishing it and see what happens. So stay tuned to the next one. Cheers.